Okay, let's try. Oh, there it is. See, I gotta see. They can hear us now.
Oh, that's the same thing that happened
yesterday. Yeah. So I've got to fix that. What's up, guys? It's your man Donovan Sharp, and welcome to the 866th edition of TSR Live. As you guys can plainly see, I am a little bit rusty at this. Holy smokes! Somebody said they bet it was Walter. It might have been.
It was Walter.
Yeah, it probably was. I think I've got some engineering.
It's working, don't it?
No. Stop. I think I've got some. Yeah, there we are. There we go. I have to have a little slack for the. Anyway, this is your daily dose of toxic masculinity, misogyny, and all that good stuff. Obviously, things have changed a little bit. People are loving. They're really liking the shorts. They're liking the skits. I don't know. Are we going to premiere the one? Actually, no, we're not going to premiere the new skit today. We actually have another one that we're going to release tomorrow. But the patrons will get to see it first.
Cool.
So yeah, if you are a patron, you will get to see the skits before they go live, before they go public. But Dev, I am joined by the lovely and talented Dev. Dev, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm good. Good to be back. Ready to get back in the swing of things. Get you back on your diet, back in the gym, feeling good,
yeah.
Sleeping better, all that good stuff. So yeah, good to be home for a while. That's for sure.
Yeah, we just recently went to we went to see your folks. Very good people. Very good people. Your mom and dad, your dad made us. Okay, so check this out, just real quick. So the last night we were there, her stepdad, made us halibut. And that's the first time I'd ever had it. And it was a dude. And then the hollandaise sauce, I was like, what in the hell is this?
Well, it wasn't just halibut. It was halibut they caught in Alaska.
Yes.
While charter fishing with my brother.
Yep.
So they caught a bunch of halibut, caught a bunch of rock bass or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And the fishery flash froze it. And they packed it up, put on the plane, 50 pounds of halibut.
So
and the fillets were like this.
Oh my God, they were
huge.
awesome. They were awesome. So your brother, so you have two brothers. One of them we actually met in Miami a few weeks back. Mm-hmm. But the other one spends time between Florida and Alaska. He's basically he's like the Alpha Chad boat captain.
Yeah.
But he's a great guy, great dude. And so your parents went up to Alaska and did all that. And the end result was, of course, the unbelievable halibut.
Oh yeah, he grilled it, which was
oh
really good. The skin was like crispy.
Oh my God, that was awesome, dude.
Good. It was, but it was great to see them, spend some time. And I really enjoy the way that you interact with my dad.
Oh, well,
Because
yeah.
you guys are just blah, 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 blah. Like, it's
Yeah,
like
man.
2 peas in a pod.
Yeah, we're both talk boxes. That's for sure. But
And the stupid jokes my dad likes to tell.
oh
like,
my
that
God,
was great.
yes, and they're all a little funnier when I've had a few in me.
Oh, yeah, well, of
absolutely,
course.
absolutely awesome. But yes, halibut is awesome. We're definitely going to get more of it. I have a feeling that if we buy it from the store, it's probably going to be underwhelming compared to the freshly, like the halibut that we
Yeah.
ate was swimming in the ocean less than
Like
a week ago.
yeah.
Yeah. So, at any rate, it's good to be back, guys. We're back into the swing of things. A couple of quick changes here. So, as you guys know, we normally do TSR Live on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We do our dating show breakdowns Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and the Red Pill Theater on Saturday. We're going to invert those. We're going to go dating show breakdowns on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're going to do the Red Pill Theater on Saturdays. We're going to do TSR Live on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Couple of reasons for this. Number one, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we end up running into Fresh and Fit.
Yeah.
Because they go live on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm not trying to look. I can't compete with those guys, so I've got to make sure I stay out of their way, right?
Well, not only that, we share a common fan base, so you know, we want
No need to overlap.
people to don't have to choose. Put it that way.
There you go. Yeah, we don't want you guys to have to choose between us and them. We support them, obviously. The second reason is because we want to add more value to our patrons, for our patrons. In the coming months, guys, we are going to be adding quite a few incentives, quite a few extras for our Patreon members. Patreon's really sort of where everything, most of the financial success really started. We kind of use that as the model, and things have been a little touch and go. What with the CME. Passed by all the traveling we've done, and we've kind of left our patrons by the wayside. So we're gonna reinvest in Patreon. We're gonna make sure we continue to give you guys the content that you guys love, and I think it's gonna be a great summer. Summer's off to a fantastic start. I think Olivia's supposed to be over a little bit later today. Jesus Christ, every time we see her, she looks a little bit older. It's quite incredible.
She's taller than me.
She is, isn't she? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys wear the same size shoe now, right? Good God, man. Shoo, she's growing like a weed. But any other announcements? I can't really think of anything else. We can probably just get right into it.
Yeah,
No?
I think so. I mean,
All right, let's do it. And so, to business. So, this past Friday, Devin and I, we visited Adam Sosnick at the Valuetainment Studios. It was Adam, Devin, myself, Janita, then there was Kelly. Kelly's, I guess, is the producer. I guess she's the ACP, the Chris Pogson of the podcast. But we're gonna get through as much of this podcast as we possibly can. I mean, I'm not gonna promise that we'll get through the whole thing. But because of course, you know, we are old, we are in our mid 40s,
well, I
and
mean,
we can't
let's
be up
just
forever.
do the highlights because it
Well,
was 2 hours.
It
wasn't
was 2 hours, but you know, it's got 25,000
I hate
views.
watching myself too, so this is gonna be rough.
Get used to it,
Ugh.
sweetheart. You're gonna have to get used to watching yourself. That's just all there is to it. Without further ado, away we go.
Okay. So, Donovan, we met probably a month ago
Yeah.
at the event that you put on here in Miami called the CME, the Conference for Masculine Excellence. When was the date of that again?
That was good God.
The
man.
19th
The
to
ni-
the 22nd of May.
19th.
go.
Look at
19th
that.
to
Look at the
22nd.
hot geek. She knows all the info.
She does.
Let's keep it up. By the way, we got Kelly in the house. She's going to wait.
So Adam called you the hot geek.
Yeah, that was after he had asked me like what I do for your business and things like that.
Right, exactly. The reason he called you a hot geek is because of what you do there, and of course because of these bad boys. Yes. Let's just keep it a stack. I just wanted to make sure we pointed that out.
Weigh in on some stuff today.
All right, Cam.
But let's cue up this video from the CME and the whole concept. Why don't you cue this up? What is the event all about?
The event was really, it was a response to a lot of things that have been happening in the Red Pill and Manosphere community. As with most communities, when you have a lot of big, large personalities, there can be rivalries, natural rivalries that happen. You know, this person said this person said that. That's fine. I'm good with that. But over the last, I would say, 2 to 3 years, things have taken a very radical turn. We have people putting out hit pieces about each other, doxing people, putting out lies, propaganda, things of that nature. And the reason I started the CME was to show that, hey, you know what? There's a lot of infighting going on, which I suppose could be looked at as natural depending upon who you are. But the purpose for the CME was to show people that, hey, you know what? This community is not just all about fighting and bickering. People can come together for the greater good. So that's really more or less what that was
Respect.
about.
And we met there as well. I remember you were one of the few ladies that were there. There were some ladies there. Shout out to Allie. Shout out to Pearl. Shout out to Tori. But so what I did was, and
I just wanted to make sure and put that in there just to make my position clear on that last one. Yep, it is what it is. But what are your thoughts on what Sosnick just talked about in terms of the CME? The CME, I'm gonna tell you what, man. It is absolutely a labor of love because, God, dude, the CMEs, like both of them, even when we scaled it down the second time, it was still a grind. It was still grueling.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Not looking forward to doing another one, are you?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great to get everyone together, but it's just a big responsibility.
It is.
It's just so much, and
it is. And look, man, my quote unquote, the guy that has been attacking me for the last year and a half. Obviously, I'm dealing with all that stuff behind the scenes. But say what you will about that guy, being able to pull off event after event after event for as long as he has. After having done 2 of these, I have a newfound respect for that. I have a newfound respect for what that is. See, this is the difference between men and women. I can compartmentalize that kind of thing. I don't respect him, but I can certainly respect the behind the scenes stuff. Let us continue.
had a warm welcome. Thank you for that. I went down there on behalf of Valuetainment to figure out what this whole CME is all about. What is masculine excellence? So I broke it up into 2 portions. This will be coming out. We're going to show you a clip right now. This is going to be coming out on Valuetainment Money over the next week or so. We broke it up into 2 portions. One was the attendees, and one were the experts. So here's a little brief clip of the attendees, the gentlemen that attended the event, and they were looking to just improve. That was my
Johnny Green on the YouTube side says, still can't believe she is a grandma. What were your thoughts? Well, we'll get into Janita here in a second. A lot of people
liked her. I thought she was awesome.
I did too. I didn't think that, you know what, it's funny. I think she came in with a head full of steam, but it was funny because I could actually read in her body language. She is like, oh, this dude is well-spoken. He's sharp. And because a lot of people, especially black women, they always put me in the Carlton Banks category as soon as they hear what I sound like. It's nothing new. It doesn't bug me. And so they always sort of take what I say with a grain of salt. But I've honed my craft over the years, and even the panel that I'm on every Sunday with Dr. Thunder, I actually found myself even agreeing with that black woman. And I'm like, wait a minute, am I actually agreeing with black women in this regard? What were your thoughts on Janita?
I mean, at first I thought that she was going to come in and just basically disagree with everything we had to say.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, she beats to her own drum, and she kind of... She was funny.
She was funny.
She was lively. She has a different point of view, which is respectable. But she didn't shame us for our point of view, which it's
I didn't listen.
It comes down to it was respectful and it was fun.
It was cool, man. I disagreed with her on a lot of points, but I liked her as a person. And say what you will, she is in great shape for a woman who is a grandmother.
Yeah.
It is incredible. # Black Don't Crack.
Overall theory or hypothesis, why are these guys here? And it was so they can improve. So let's play a little clip on this, and we'll catch you guys on the other side.
This was
Go
nice
ahead.
of him to do.
Yeah, this was awesome.
Grow their balls back. Men are just wimps these days. I'm here at the conference for masculine excellence, and we're talking to guys about what they need to do in order to become a better man. Let's talk masculinity. How do you think men can level up today?
Primarily, I think taking accountability. There's so many guys that are giving excuses, blaming other things that they should be holding themselves accountable for.
Keep raising your probabilities, right? And that's with everything in business too, right? Raise your probabilities, and then when the home run comes, you know exactly what to do. Now you can capitalize.
A lot of men lack in the areas of physical health. And
This is
physical
my guy
fitness,
right here.
And that's where I come in, and that's who I embody, and this is what I commit myself to. And I always say, true wealth is health.
Men need to level up by just hustling.
Oh, it's another one of my guys.
Yeah, exactly, man. Put some action.
One of the things I always say is you could either spend your time or invest your time. Choice is yours. Make sure you invest it.
Okay.
Do everything with confidence. Believe in
That's a good
yourself.
saying.
If you put your mind to it, you
That's
can
a
do
good
it.
saying.
Yeah.
And I'm all the way out here. I'm only 19.
They just need to stop being so lazy. They need to grind. Like, it's all about the grind and just working, putting yourself out there, seeking opportunities. Like, if you're just sitting in your mom's basement eating Cheetos all day playing video games, like, you're not gonna get anywhere. So that's not what life's about.
Young men, level up. Don't get caught up in the scene of ignorance, and surround yourself with people that are going to bring you up. You know what I'm saying? That's true.
Your network is your net worth.
All right, Kels.
Reason being, because
Thank you.
exercise good.
Shout out to my guy. So anyway, you can
That's
see
incredible.
here. Yeah, thank you. I mean, it was a little. We played it a little fast, so it didn't take up a lot of time. So you weren't going crazy if you thought that was going too fast. But as you can see, a lot of the answers were like this. A lot of the answers were just, I'm looking to improve. I'm looking to network. There was no female hating. There was no women hating. It wasn't bashing. It was about men improving. So Donovan, to you, what do men need to do in order to become excellent?
Here we go. Oh wow. It's not complicated. A good friend of mine, John of Modern Life Dating, says make money, make muscles, learn game, and have frame. Basically, and you don't have to be rich, right? You don't have to be a millionaire or a zillionaire. You don't have to be a Miami yacht owner. But you have to be financially shrewd.
Hashtag
we have
yacht
there are a lot of people in this country who make six figures, have terrible credit. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie The Boiler Room, but there's a perfect scene in that where he's like, listen, man, a lot of these guys make six figures every month, but they don't have the credit to finance a Honda Accord. You understand what I mean? And so part of financial shrewdness is, living below your means, et cetera, et cetera. Muscles, physical fitness, man, that is the cornerstone of every man's masculinity. Clearly, I'm not.
Nope.
Sense.
Okay, so we're going to skip ahead here shortly. Monkey D. Usopp, $10 super chat. So shout out to you, Donovan. You are doing amazing work for the men out here and setting a positive example. Also, we love you too, Dev. How about that?
Oh, thank you.
How about that? Appreciate that very, very much. Johnny Green says, still can't believe she's a grandma. Absolutely. J Blaze 11, couple of comments. Says, Chances Rollo told Adam to get Donovan a black woman to argue with. Then he says, shout out to Kevin Samuels, Henry's Assemble. That is the high earner, not rich yet. Kevin was the master at acronyms, man. Jesus. Oh, my God.
I think men and women want the same three things. It's just in a different order. Tear my argument down and, let me know your thoughts. Men, first and foremost, and it's not even close. They need to like what they see.
That's right.
Okay, I feel bad for unattractive women because it's going to be very hard for you to compete in the sexual marketplace.
It is.
Facts.
It is what it is.
This is not, you might
said
disagree,
facts.
but number one for a man is how you look. Okay? If you check any dating app, a guy just either likes what they see and swipes right or swipes left. That's it, period. Sorry if I just bursted your bubble. That's number one. Number two, they like a woman who has a good personality, a good demeanor, that might be compliant, that might be
there we
cool,
go.
that might be funny. Whatever it is to the man, that's second, personality. And number three is what they do. Maybe a career, maybe a housewife, but that is third.
Oh, okay.
Let me flip it
Never
on
mind.
you. Women, it's exactly the opposite. Number one, what you do and what you're able to provide and how much money you're able to make is number one.
Oh, there's Janita already shaking her head. Here we
for a
go.
woman. Number two, just like for men, number two is personality. Cool, likable, funny, status, cool. And then number three is how the man looks. Okay? It's just different. I'm not saying that the three things are totally different. They're the same three freaking things. They're just in different orders. Devin, am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
I look
Traditional
terrible.
masculinity has almost been
Did you say what now?
Here.
What'd you say? Okay, I need you to uncover your face. You're an adult. You're not a 12-year-old child. Yeah. Just relax.
out of our modern day culture. Things that men, men are afraid to be men these days because it's like, oh, she harassed me. I read things on like Reddit and things like that where these girls are freaking out because some guy came up and talked to them. He asked me how my day was going. how come I can't go to the park without being harassed? And it's kind of like, okay, do we not?
Yo, I'm just sitting here watching you. I'm sitting here watching you. You're killing me.
I can't. Can we just
Oh
fast
my
forward
God.
this?
Oh my God.
Understand
We're gonna keep it.
that
We're gonna keep it
people
up.
are going to interact with each other, and it's not always a threatening thing. And so with
my
men,
God.
Men are
Okay, so what's the just be honest. What's what's going on here?
At this. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything. I'm just talking in a circle, going, yeah.
No, this is interesting. You're not watching it. You're just looking at it. All you're focused on is, oh my God, I look terrible. You actually made a lot of sense.
Not really. Like, if I was making sense, I did it in a very poor way. It did not succinct at all.
Succinct? Well, listen, brevity is not my strong suit. Jay Blaze says, ladies, take note. Devin never interrupted Donovan this whole Saucecast. That's right, because you know better.
Yeah, you step on my foot.
having to tiptoe around women and around sensitive
I guess I
groups
should have,
because
hang on a
they're
second.
afraid of pissing off the wrong person. And what happens is all of a sudden now men aren't approaching women. And
all right, let's get to
It'd be better if the camera was
It's just
straight
like Devin
on.
said. Masculinity is literally
Like that.
being legislated out of today's men. So until that changes, you're going to have to be the one to plan these dates.
I'm not planning shit. And,
you just triggered your
Here we go.
I'm not planning shit unless I ask you out. Okay, now then I
Okay.
plan and I pay and I
Your
do all
idea,
that
you're
shit.
done,
I'm,
right?
I'm whatever. It's whatever.
How often do women ask men out?
Now, I will say this. Even though you think you look terrible, you looked good on the. You look good.
The
Oh,
headphones
yes.
make my face look fat.
Okay. All right. Well, you're just being a woman. It is what it is. Your legs were looking good. The boobs were looking good. Everything was looking good.
Yeah, who's looking at my face anyway?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go. That's exactly right.
All
And
right.
and we didn't have Colette, the makeup artist that we hire when we go down to Florida. So when we go to Miami, we hire a makeup artist and
Shh, those are my secrets.
and she.
Secrets.
Never mind. Everything I just said in the last 20 seconds, just disregard.
Percentage-wise,
I
would you
mean,
guess?
at the end of the day, probably maybe 10, if that.
Negative 4%.
Negative. Women do not do that.
That's absolutely
No, it's
not
not.
true.
I've had women ask me out. Like I
Come
met a
on
woman.
now.
You know what? No, you're
Yeah.
right. Women have had to start asking guys out because when guys ask women out, they get hit with harassment suits and
Yep.
things of that nature.
Yeah, but I feel
think
like there's
it's-
a spectrum there. Okay,
Yeah.
like I live in South Beach. I'm in the bars. I'm in the clubs.
You know, Adam is a very good host. And it was interesting. Right before we left, the three of us had a conversation. And these conversations, anytime we branch out into other areas, other fields, they always come to us and say, hey, listen, my specialty was fitness, my specialty was finances, my specialty was this. But after having you on or Rolo on or MLD on, like I can see. He was actually saying, yeah, I can see the RP way, man. What are your thoughts on guys outside of the manosphere endorsing what we have? Because I think that most men are probably red-pilled, at least subliminally. This community gives them the courage and the opportunity to sort of display it and live it. What are your thoughts?
I think this community gives men the permission to acknowledge it out loud.
There it is.
And these are important conversations, and a lot of people will deny that like any of this stuff matters or
Yeah.
any of these talking points are important. However, they seem to be very important to half the population.
Yes.
So, people have tried to silence these conversations because they don't fit the status quo. They, might hurt, like I was saying, sensitive groups, which is pretty much 90% of the population at this point.
Right. Yeah. Right.
There's this narrative that we're all supposed to follow, but our actions don't. And while our words say one thing, our behavior says another thing. So, I've been reading polls, and I don't want to talk about that was about the transformer community, but how many people are kind of swinging the other direction at this point. Like 60% are just kind of like, yeah, whatever you're born,
Yeah.
that's it's pretty much it. So I think that I don't know. I think the left has been we've been pulled so far to one extreme that just even, hey, even hanging an American flag right now is supposedly you're pro-life.
Did you just say
if you're
supposedly?
Supposedly.
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 There we
Okay.
go. All right. Hanging an American flag is supposedly makes you a what?
Pro-life Republican now, because if you're not, if you're
So I guess I'm a Republican
yeah,
because I
if
have an
you're
American
if you're
flag.
pro-choice, you're supposed to hang your flag upside down now,
Oh
which
my
is like a
God.
sign of like resistance.
Isn't it interesting that anytime the left has a strong disagreement with the right, the first thing they want to do is disrespect the country. They want to kneel for the American flag. They want to turn the flag upside down. This is the only, and I'm not, you guys know I'm not a political guy at all, but I certainly lean conservative politically. But this is, as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the only country that appears to be raising its children to hate America. You understand what I mean? Like, listen, listen, man. I've known people from all over the world. I've known people from Amsterdam, New Guinea, Argentina, Cuba. I've been friends with people from oppressive, totalitarian dictatorship governments. People from Cuba. People from the old school Saudi Arabia, and these people still they'll talk about, man, we hate Fidel Castro and we hated what's his name, Saddam Hussein, but they will still fly their flags, man. They are, dude, Hugo Chavez down in Venezuela, but guess what? Venezuelans we are the least patriotic country in the world, and it's insane.
I mean, everything's trying to be politicized. It's like pick a side. And the truth is that everyone's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, I agree. If America were so bad, like Jay Blaze 11 said, then Mexicans wouldn't be. Dude, if I were Mexican, shit, I'd be hopping that wall every day. I may or may not have had a friend. Shout out to Johnny Garcia. He's probably being detained by ICE as we speak. I've told this story before. So I had a friend in Vegas. His name was Johnny Garcia. He was a cool kid. He was like 19, 20 years old. He used to street race. He was illegal as hell, but he used to speed everywhere he went. It was insane. And so, and we would hang out every day. He was a major pothead. He was actually one of the pioneers of the vape pens with he used to take the wax and, oh my God, he was always high, but anyway, so he would disappear for like 2-3 weeks at a time, and we'd be like, anybody seen Garcia? And we're like, yeah, he's probably detained by ICE. So we'd all be sitting there hanging out, and we're like, yeah. And Johnny walks in as though nothing happened. He's like, what's up, guys? Hey, anybody need something from 7-Eleven? And we're like, okay, Johnny, where have you been? He's like, oh yeah, they took me back home, but I came back. And we're like, and this dude had an apartment. Dude, this dude had an apartment. I don't know how he pulled this off.
Pay cash.
Dude, he had an apartment that he always went to. He had 3 cars. He had a junk mobile, he had his daily, and then he had his street car. Dude, one of the coolest people I've ever met. And I always asked him, why don't you just get your papers? He's like, because I know how to get in if they ever take me out. Bother? Dude, shout out to Johnny Garcia. He was my guy.
No paper trail.
No, dude, Johnny was. I have no idea to this day how he pulled that off. Unbelievable.
Anyone who knows me in Miami knows I'm out there. And I'm very respectful, and I like banter, and hey, ladies, how we doing? And it's in a very gentlemanly.
Go ahead.
Adam is not like the typical dude that's going around approaching women.
And why do you say that?
Well, he's good looking. He's obviously well-to-do. He's charismatic, and he's got a good sense of humor.
He's rich.
So yeah, that's what I was saying, and that's why I said he's well-established. Did I say that? Anyway, like he's got like one of those faces that is like a friendly face, like, oh yeah, this guy looks like he's a nice guy.
Devin, he's a good-looking guy.
Yeah,
Doesn't
that's
matter.
what I said.
Yeah, but him being nice has nothing to do with women responding to him. He's a good-looking guy. He's known in the Miami scene. He is independently wealthy. That's it. That's all you need. And we actually discuss this right now.
Fashion.
Right.
If you come correct, there's no lawsuits coming your way. But if you're a creep,
correct,
and women got a creep radar.
Yes.
Like, like there's gaydar or whatever. Gay guys got that. I don't know about that. But women have a creep radar, and they'll be like, this guy's fucking creepy, okay?
But it depends on how attractive he is.
Thank you, because I was just gonna say, or he's fucking ugly.
There you go.
Okay.
And that's really what this is.
It's an excuse. You're harassing me. That means you ugly.
Right. I'm not attracted to you. It's interesting.
Type.
I don't know what the percentages are, but they say the worst doctors are the best people. as far as malpractice laws,
Oh yeah, I dunk on everybody here.
suits are concerned, the doctors that get sued the most for malpractice are doctors who have terrible bedside manner. They're just assholes. They could be the world's greatest thoracic surgeon, but if he's an asshole, he's more susceptible to a lawsuit. Well, it's the same thing with unattractive guys. You can have two men walk up to the same woman using identical lines and all this other kind of stuff. The guy who's not attractive enough is going to be looked at as a creep. The guy who's attractive, isn't that sweet? He's stammering, and it's literally the same thing. Hey, I noticed you from across the room, and I was wondering if I could get your number. If you're Adam Sosnick, then she's like, oh, how sweet, blah, 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 blah.
My man.
Yeah, but if you're like Donovan Sharp 5 years ago, she's like, 911.
Well, here's a question for you, Don.
So the same thing goes for if a woman approaches you.
Yep.
And she's good looking, 6, 7 or better, right? Okay.
Hold on, let me stop you right there.
Or if she's an overweight person approaching you at a gas station, may or may not have been in Nevada.
Yes. Yeah, that was, oh my God. And the bitch got mad that I actually rejected her. She got mad. But if a 7 or above approaches you out of nowhere, she's a working girl.
Okay.
Because
Fair
7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s, dude, 5s, 6, 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s. Dude, 4 through 10s don't have to approach men. They just don't. Well, I don't know. They probably have to now because, just like you said, masculinity is being legislated out of everything. If you guys notice, I've actually just noticed this. If you guys take a look at your screen, I'm gonna embarrass Dev here. If you guys take a look at your screen, you can tell the way Dev is looking here at Mr. Sosnick. It looks like there's a little bit of attraction there.
I don't think so.
Did you not just say that Adam Sosnick was a good-looking guy? Did you not just say
I
that
can verify the obvious.
You can verify what?
The obvious.
Which is what?
What? I'm not gonna lie. See right through that. I'm trying to keep your trust here. I mean, if I lied, you'd be like, you lying.
Well, you mean this right here? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yes, body language never lies. Yes, and this is a teaching moment to all of you guys out there. What you guys have to understand is that your woman can love you to the moon and back, allegedly. That doesn't mean she's going to stop being attracted to other men.
I think I'm looking at the cards. I was trying to read the cards.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Let's continue.
And ladies, I know you're chomping at the bit. I got you. Question.
The next time we go on Saucecash, you're going to be a bitch to
I'm not even gonna look at him.
No, you're probably not. Guys, this is how you nip this kind of behavior in the. Oh, are you already practicing what you're going to do here? Yeah, you're.
Yes, that's correct.
This is great, but guys, there's nothing wrong with Devin being attracted to other. It is what it is, guys. Like, she's human. She has eyes. There's a doll, good looking. How tall is Sosnick anyway?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Jesus. All right. Okay. All right. So
shorter than you are.
Well, yeah, obviously.
See?
So Devin has gone into relationship preservation mode. That's how this works, guys. That's how this works. I appreciate that.
You know, the 1 through 10 scale.
Hey, look, man. Hey, look. I call them all out, man. I call my own woman out on the air. This is just how it works.
Everybody knows about this,
Sure.
okay?
Yeah. And she loves it.
Would you say that guys know their score?
Hell no.
I think that men generally
I gotta stop wearing every expression and thought on my face. I need to
No.
just keep it straight.
No. But you can't hide body language. This is why it's a science. It is what it
I
is.
also had like a lot on my mind at the time too.
Yes. Clearly.
value themselves, and women.
That pregnancy test was negative, right? I thought you were going to freak out. Good for you. All right, good for you.
Overvalue themselves.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because there's no such thing as a plus-size male model, right? And there shouldn't be. I'm not trying to buy draws if I see a dude my size wearing those draws. You understand what I'm saying? But by the same token, women are taught to feel good about themselves no matter what. Like Janita, fantastic figure. We have women who are literally 4 times Janita's size.
Oh, here we
like,
go.
I don't know, maybe Lizzo.
Yes, sir.
Every time she takes a bikini picture, Lizzo smolders the internet with a red hot. Well, of course,
man, you
if
can see
Lizzo
right up my
gets that
skirt.
kind of pub, then of course the.
No, you can't. It's all black.
Oh my god. I should have known better.
nobody can see in there, sweetheart. Well, let's examine this. Let's examine. Let's examine.
No.
So we are close. I can't see anything in there.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Actually. Stop it. No. All right. Oh my God. Was that on purpose? Like, did you?
Yes, that was on purpose. That's my MO.
It's because we're there with Sosnick. I knew it. I knew
flash
it.
the camera in my crotch. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So classy.
Oh yeah. Totally. That was. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Planned it for weeks.
Yes, you did. Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Average rank and file.
You shouldn't have said it.
Girl who's probably a 5 thinks she's a 7.
Yeah, I don't know any guy.
So what are your thoughts?
realistically,
Oops. So what are your thoughts on girls who are, because it's clear here, recover, like that's over with now. So girls have an overinflated sense of attractiveness, like big time. Aside from the culture blowing smoke and sunshine up these bitches' asses, what's it going to take to get the average rank and file 5 to realize she's a 5 instead of acting like she's a 7?
It's tough because these women say that they're a 10 and all this stuff, and they say that because that's what they're supposed to say.
Right, but we know it's
But
cap.
they then why are they spending 8 hours getting ready for a 2-hour date? You know, like there's a lot of insecurity out there. So
Sure.
women are supposed to say, hey, like if I don't believe it, then nobody will. So they put it out there, like, and hope that it comes true. They're manifesting their
Oh my God,
SMV.
manifesting their SMV. Wow, that's actually a very good answer.
Who's not making that much money, out of shape, doesn't have that much game. If I said, "What's your score?" I'm a 10, bro. I'm a 10, bro. No, he's like, look, dude, maybe on a best day I'm a 7, but I really need to improve. Guys kind of have a little more awareness. I watch Fresh and Fit. I'm sure you guys do.
He's a very good looking guy, actually. He's got the salt and pepper 5 o'clock shadow. He's got a head full of hair. What do you think?
I don't.
Guys, Myron and Fresh. And they have girls go around the table, and they're all 10s.
Yes,
Somehow they're all 10s.
I'm a 15.
Right.
Nigga.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So do you think that women are sort of have an inflated sense of self because of the
Yes.
feminine indoctrination and the boss babe thing and go get it, girl? Like, do women know? All right, I'm probably a funny 7, but I'm gonna call myself a 10.
How are we rating these women? Because who made this scale?
Okay, what Janita is trying to do is she's trying to usurp the subjectivity of beauty by asking, well, what is beauty? Right? Just like on the Just Pearly Things podcast,
Yeah.
we the fat bitch who thought she was a 10, she's like, well, what is beauty? We're like, look, man, beauty is subjective and it is opinion based. But if enough people have similar opinions, I think it's safe to call it a fact. Your thoughts?
This is a common argument whenever this topic comes up. It goes back to the whole my argument is define it.
Yes.
Please outline exactly what you mean so that I can,
Poke holes in your argument.
Yeah, and it's she knows exactly what people are talking about. Your overall attractiveness.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Listen, if most people of the opposite sex would have sexual relations with you, you are attractive. Okay? Just because Kyle 2020 just nailed it. He said, what is height? What is wealth, right? Because when it really comes down to it, there are lines of demarcation, although blurred. But see, here's the thing. Height is quantifiable. Wealth is quantifiable. Beauty is not necessarily quantifiable. We try to quantify it with the scale from 1 to 10, et cetera, et cetera. But beauty is like, and I think I said this, beauty is like pornography. I can't really describe it to you, but I know it when I see it. Agree or disagree?
Agree, but that's obscenity.
A what?
Obscenity.
What's that?
It's not pornography, it's obscenity.
Obscenity?
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't define it, but I know it when I see it. What's obscene?
Yeah, that was, well,
Yeah,
no,
it's
he
not
actually.
pornography. It's about obscenity.
Right, but the Justice Porter Stewart was the judge who wrote the opinion on that, and he actually called it pornography. This, I think, was back in the mid 1950s.
It was in the free speech argument about what is obscene.
Okay, we're talking about two different things,
okay,
but
maybe.
yeah. And what is obscene and what is pornography? Probably the same
Well,
thing.
like pornography is legal, but is obscene pornography illegal? Like, is there certain things in pornography that could go too far?
Well, you just did what she did, right?
Mhm.
You and you're. I understand what you're saying, but what I was talking about was Justice Porter Stewart's. What was his description of pornography? I guess which is the same as obscenity. They probably took it from Porter Stewart, but his opinion was on a movie called The Lovers, and there was apparently a scene in it that was sort of lines were blurred, and it went to the Supreme Court, and Justice Porter Stewart said, "Look, man, I can't define pornography, but I know it when I see it."
Okay.
Oops.
And what is it based on?
So-
you got to give me some context.
Okay, so
Well-
what is Lizzo?
What is she? What you
I'm
mean?
asking you. What's Lizzo's score?
That's what Lizzo's score is.
Lizzo is a 10.
On or like
with my
give me
face.
context or based on what? Just her
On
looks?
me looking at Lizzo.
Oh, just looks.
Yes, that's exactly what we're talking
She has
about.
a decent
Just looks.
face.
Okay. So what's her score? What's Lizzo's score?
She said that she's a DF, decent face.
I need a number.
Look, Janita cannot give Lizzo a score. Why can she not give Lizzo a
Because
score?
she
Deb?
works her ass off to stay that fit and that in
Man.
shape, man. She ain't about to give some credit to laziness.
She couldn't give Lizzo a rating because Lizzo is, well, she's fat and she's unattractive. And no, Lizzo does not have a pretty face. Lizzo has a fat face. Her face would be prettier if she were thinner. Now, just because Lizzo is morbidly obese doesn't mean she's a bad person. But let's stop traipsing around acting like you're proud of being a plus size.
You can use decimals.
Well, since she's pretty in the face.
Yeah, and thick in
then-
the waist.
That's a little more than thick. I ain't gonna lie
I need
to
a
you.
number, not a conversation.
Fuck. 4.5.
4.5. Okay.
On the Richter scale.
Oh! Uh-oh! Bingo! That's what it is.
The Richter.
And look at Janita. She did not disagree. 4.5 on the Richter scale. She's like,
Maybe I give it an 8.7.
What would you say that Lizzo is?
In terms of attractiveness?
Yeah.
Oh, she's a 1. She's
a
a 1.
one.
Oh, I
And a
think
lot
you're
of-
going too far.
All right.
Well, I mean, listen, say what you want,
Yes.
but you ask all the men around the world, very few of them would actually have relations with Lizzo if
Yeah.
they had better
Take
options.
away her celebrity.
That's how you rate someone.
Say what?
Take away her celebrity.
Take away your celebrity and what?
then rate her. Like, take away her celebrity. Like,
No.
This is just based on looks, right? It's not based on her talent. Not
Right.
based on anything else. Her money or whatever. It's just based on looks.
Whether it's Lizzo or Melissa Owens, I think that's her name, is Melissa something. It doesn't matter whether Lizzo was a celebrity or not. She's a 1. This doesn't mean she's a bad person. This means that she is just not sexually attractive to most men. That's all there is to it. Celebrity or lack thereof has nothing to do with it. If you were a dude, would you bang Lizzo?
I don't think so. Depends how desperate I was. I
Are you
guess.
kidding me? You actually thought about that?
No, not till right now.
Devin Sharp exposed. She would bang Lizzo.
Half the men around the
Let me
world
get a
don't
score
have
from
better
Devin,
options.
and then I'm going to get to my point here. Go ahead. What's Lizzo?
Oh, a 2.
She's a 2.
Yeah.
Okay, pull up a picture of Lizzo because we're.
Oh, here we
Lizzo
go.
Right now,
Here we go.
By the way, we're kind of going off the deep end on Lizzo, but this
Let's
is
do
an
it.
example of like you struggled to even give Lizzo a score, and I get it. You don't want to, get canceled and ruffle some feathers. You probably bought Lizzo's latest album. I get it.
her.
Yeah,
I like her
exactly.
music
and
too.
I'm good with that, man.
Okay.
But we have to really.
Yeah. Okay, so let's Lizzo. Boom.
Lizzo.
Images. Let's go.
Oh my God.
All right, Lizzo. Okay, go to the one in the green.
Hold up, man. Let's take a look at. Do you, every time we see Lizzo, she's wearing next to nothing. What is that?
Okay, that was-
Confidence.
that is
It's what?
It's confidence.
a very big girl. And yes, I do think that she is pretty in the face. So she'll give her a couple
Oh, Adam. Come on, Adam.
points for that. But you can't tell me that the body's attractive. You just can't.
her face would be
Somebody
prettier.
like that, okay? Somebody likes that. There
You're
are
right.
chubby chasers
Yes,
around the
but
world.
you're
okay?
right.
She's
Yes,
talented.
but
she
Here comes
is
Kelly.
Awesome. I don't
No
know
doubt.
her, but she's a wonderful
Okay,
person.
how about this?
But I don't want to stick my dick in a wonderful person who's over 300 pounds. right? Again, we're taking we're taking the objective and making it subjective. I'm sure Lizzo is a wonderful human being. That does not mean I want to smash her.
Right.
I don't care.
I'm sure she is. How about this? In terms of money, muscles.
This is funny. So Kelly's like, well, that makes her blah, 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 blah. Really, Kelly? So you'd bang the male version of Lizzo?
Game, right? For men, money, she's 10, right? Game, she's got some swag.
She's got swag.
10,
Yes.
10.
Oh, my God.
But when it comes to quote-unquote muscles or looks, we'll just substitute looks.
Prepare. Your boy's about to drop the mic here.
She's not a 10 guy.
Well, we're measuring her.
I'm not saying
We're
that.
measuring her on masculine,
Yes.
on masculine metrics.
There it is. You know it.
Men who have options, we're not worried about a woman's money. Okay, we're worried: is she submissive? Is she obedient? Is she docile? Is she a team player? Is she attractive? She made more money this week than I'll make in my entire life. That does not one bit of good for her on the sexual marketplace, and Lizzo knows it. As a matter of fact, I think, and it's funny, Lizzo hides her pain in plain sight. She wants everybody to think that we think. But she wants everyone to think that we think that she thinks she's attractive.
So we're psychologists now.
Well, it doesn't take a psychologist to see that Lizzo
That's your
is.
opinion.
And by the way,
You see? Do you see the sign language? Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. She says, "Oh, so you're a psychologist now." You don't have to be a psychologist to see that Lizzo is hiding her pain in plain sight. Number one.
Well, look at her Instagram. Half
Oh.
the things she's crying all the
Yeah,
time.
dude, exactly, and that was actually the next thing I was going to say, but I guess we kind of got lost in the weeds there. But you're 100% right. Every other Instagram post is her crying about something. Lizzo is not happy. She is a miserable individual. Yes, she can eat her pain. Yes, she can. She can talk about I haven't smashed Drake yet and all this other kind of stuff. But in her mind's eye, in an honest moment, Lizzo, if you were to ask her, are you happy? She would say, hell no. You want to know why? Because the true measure of a woman's happiness is having a man. And Lizzo does not have a man. And Janita says, all right, she has options. Yeah, Lizzo does have options, but they're not the options that she or any other woman wants. Agree or disagree?
I agree. I believe that there is a few good-looking gentlemen out there with particular tastes of the heavier kind that she can find.
Devin,
but,
stop it. That's
I mean-
ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Chris Evans. Remember she slid into Chris Evans' DMs?
Yeah.
And Chris Evans absolutely told her,
Nope.
no, nope, nope, nope. It was all bad. Hold up. There you go. Chris Evans has options. Chris Evans is not looking Lizzo's way.
No.
So, and again, you're a woman. You're supposed to cape up for other women, and it's my job to make sure that we don't do that.
I like her music.
I mean, you can
Kelly, real quick, pull up Sports Illustrated cover.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
And then next to that, Bert Kreischer. Kreischer.
I love Bert.
Pull that
Bert
up,
Kreischer,
okay,
man.
and hit images.
This guy is
Okay.
awesome.
All right. Here's the
We went and saw Bert Kreischer New Year's Day.
Yeah,
Or
New
New
Year's
Year's Eve.
Eve,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was
the
great.
male version of
Lizzo.
Lizzo.
I'm a machine.
Scroll down. Because I think they
He's actually in
okay,
shape
on
compared to Lizzo.
Forbes, go to that Forbes article.
Yeah, right.
Boom. America's billionaire comedian. That's not real. He's a 240.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't see his gut there. Go to that.
He does all of his shows
Okay.
with his shirt
As
off.
a man, I could tell you Bert ain't that hot. Hilarious. He's got money, but he don't exactly have the muscles and the looks. We can say that as men, and
Sure.
we're not going to get upset. Ladies, what number is Bert? You don't know what he's talking. You don't know how much money he's got in his bank account. You don't know his jokes. You don't know if he's famous or not famous.
This is a loaded question.
What's
She
his
likes
number?
funny guys.
Okay, what's his number? Physically.
Did you hear that? And look at you. Look at her. Look at her face. Look at her face. You're like,
I'm with you, aren't
you're
I?
like guilty. I'm not a. I'm
Yeah,
not.
you are. You're hilarious.
Yeah.
Physically.
Yes.
Can I subtract from it?
But give us a
Like
number.
pasty fat.
Give us a number.
But this is interesting because she said she likes big men.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, listen, man, I'm never gonna, I'm rarely going to call cap on someone's preferences. Actually, I will. I'd like to see what her man looks like. That in the beginning to me, when she said, well, I like big men, I was prepared I was prepared to argue with all of her. Because she appeared to be the exception to every rule. I like big men. I don't. It doesn't take money to impress me. I'm not like that. I didn't get a Noit Roba, et cetera, et cetera. Now, of course, that's a different conversation. But she also is going to admit here. She's like, I'm shallow. Okay, so like, which is it? Do you remember this contradiction?
Yeah.
Okay.
-2.
So he's not attractive.
Oh my God. So Bert Kreischer is a -2, but Lizzo's a 4?
Ben?
A 3.
He's a 3. Kelly?
I'm not rating anybody.
You're not going to give anyone a score.
I'm not rating someone.
She called Lizzo a 6. Okay, here's what I'll tell you.
I did not.
She did not.
Give
No,
okay.
Here we go, and I respect it.
Kelly's like, I did not give Lizzo a 6.
I give a score, but I need an answer to this next question.
Okay.
Why won't you give a score?
Ooh.
Because I really believe in getting to know a person. A person can become infinitely more attractive or less attractive based on my interaction with them.
That's cute. She
Say
only
what?
says that because she's young.
Wait, what did you say before?
I said that's cute.
She only says that because she's young?
Because she's young, yeah.
She's right.
She's worried about what other people are going to think about what she
I'm
says.
telling you, Kelly. Listen, shout out to Kelly, but dude, Kelly is the quintessential example. And she's a woman. She's not supposed to be controversial. She's not supposed to give up the game. But Kelly knows Lizzo is unattractive. She knows Lizzo is unattractive. She knows Bert Kreischer physically is unattractive, but she knows he's more attractive than Lizzo because based on masculine metrics, Bert Kreischer is objectively much more attractive than Lizzo. Am I wrong? Mm-hmm. So why do girls like Kelly never want to give ratings? Why does she avoid stuff like this?
She just doesn't want to be seen as a bad guy. That she's
Okay.
just trying to toe the line, play the
Yeah.
middle ground,
Yeah.
be the equalizer of everything, and
Yeah.
there is no
Yeah.
wrong answer,
Yes.
kind of thing. And
Right. Love you to death, Kelly, but there are not everything is black and white, that's for sure. But there are absolutes in the world.
Sometimes straight questions just need straight answers.
That's right. That's exactly right. That's what makes the world go round. And people, and it's interesting. People are always, well, not everything is black and white. That's very true, but a lot of things are black and white. As far as a black and white binary 0-1, Lizzo is unattractive. There's nobody on the face of the earth that thinks Lizzo is sexually attractive. I don't care who you are.
And I think what this poor girl doesn't realize yet is that it's okay to have an opinion. You're allowed.
Yes. Kelly is young. I think she's probably 24, 25 years old. So yeah, I mean, she is young enough to grow up. She's growing up in a generation where, and listen, she's now on a public platform. She's on PBD. She's on the Saucecast. She doesn't want people in her DMs, and she reads the comments. Dude, I told her, I was like, Kelly, you got to stop reading the comments.
Girl.
Yeah, poor girl. Yeah,
nothing good comes from that.
Yeah, and so she reads the comments, which causes this kind of thing. So listen, it is what it is. Oh, wait a minute.
There's an emotional thing, an intelligent connection. It doesn't even matter, money, gain, whatever that stuff is. My interaction with you, I like you a million times better.
That's
having
called
gotten to know
game.
you.
What's that?
It's called game.
There you go. That's called game. Now, on the other side of that, she's speaking a true lie. She is being dishonest about something she has no idea she's being honest about. Case in point, any girl would tell you that, hey, a guy tried to talk to me and he wasn't really attractive when I first saw him, but he had a little bit of game and he was confident in this and that and the other, and he's not really my type physically, but the way he talked, the way he walked, that was, that's how that was. I think that's probably, well, I don't know that I'm your typical type, but I think that a lot of, right now, I'm certainly not physically anybody's type, but I think all of the peripheral things that about me, those are the things that you're attracted to. If I get my ass in the gym, then you won't be able to keep your hands off me. It is what it is.
I still can't keep my hands off you,
Oh, my
babe.
God. Here we go. I can't hit the stop the cap because she's actually not capping on that. Okay.
Right?
That's extremely true.
And by the way, what she's saying
sorry.
is absolutely right, and it usually is more the case for women, because they might see a guy and they're like,
Happens
I'm
all
not
the time.
sure, and then they get to know him, and he's kind of funny and endearing and charming, and who they thought was a 5, he's actually an 8.
That's
and
right.
Guys, we get it. No one's an exact score.
Jay Blaze says, did you see either a David West troll in the sauce chat or the real? No, we didn't see, dude. We weren't. I mean, I wasn't looking at the chat at all. I wasn't looking at the chat. I don't read chats or comments. I think the last time I actually looked at the comments was on the air. So, no, I didn't see a David West troll asking for an apology for his wife. I did not see that.
I'll give you an example. Again, I live in South Beach. I'm in the nightlife.
Oh,
I
yeah.
see models galore. I might see someone who's, that girl is a 10. And then I speak with her, and I'm like, she is the worst human ever.
Yes, that's the way a lot of them are.
She's still a 10 physically, but she's a horrible 10.
Right.
There's a difference.
Yes, and men, we have the ability to compartmentalize our sexual attention from our regular attention.
Correct.
I've had sex with so many girls I literally cannot stand. That's just how we are. No, and it's funny, you hear her reaction, she's like, ew. It's not impossible, but women don't want to have sex with guys they don't like. A guy could look like Shamar Moore and Idris Elba's love child. If he acts like Jaleel White or Steve Urkel, you guys aren't interested in it. And
he can get it.
Oh, there it was. There it was. See that?
I don't know who those people you were mentioning was. So.
Shamar Moore, Diary of a Mad Black Woman. He's a good-looking, light-skinned brother. Idris Elba, you know who he is. He's the guy at Booking.com. The black dude.
Okay.
Stringer Bell from The Wire. Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
White girl, ladies and gentlemen.
Well,
White girl.
that's why I said I don't know who those people are.
Damn, well, one thing's for sure. We cannot say this about Dev. Or can we? Because you're with your boy.
You
see that? What's that?
I'm with your boy.
You see that?
I'm shallow.
Well, there it is.
I'm attracted to looks.
I'll tell you this. Well, that's good because I'll tell you this. There's no amount of conversational skill or human development that's going to make Lizzo attractive to me. Ooh. She could be the world's most altruistic
That's
human.
Idris Elba.
She can have, she could give to. I mean, I'm sure she does
looks like Wayne
philanthropic
Brady.
things.
Say what?
He looks like Wayne Brady.
And that is Shamar Moore. If I looked like either of these dudes, I'd have 20
like,
kids.
He looks like Jason Taylor. What's his name from the
He does look
Dolphins?
like Jason Taylor, doesn't he? Wow. How about that? Okay, well there we go.
Around the world.
And quit putting these putting these niggas in the chat, man. I'm trying to, dude. My girl is sitting right here, man. I'm not trying to dry the vagina up. You're killing me.
That's what, and I will applaud her for that. I'm not trying to stick my dick in her, and,
Damn.
and I don't think
Okay.
anybody is.
Yeah, the SMV scale for men is just basically the boner test.
Yes, sir.
What is this? The SNV?
The SMV, the
What
sexual,
is that?
sexual market value, which is basically what the 1 through 10 scale is.
Yes.
Is she hot or not type of thing.
The boner test.
Yes, it's just the boner test. Basically,
That's
for
the
most
scientific
guys, for most guys,
understanding, the boner
anything
test.
for most guys, anything over a 5 is passes.
Yeah.
And then, but of course, there's going to be objective things that affect that rating. I believe what she's speaking
Should've
about
said
is
subjective.
What's that?
Should have said subjective.
No.
like your
It is what it is.
your
I can't stand
relationship
What?
value.
Hey.
Once you get to know somebody,
Take it.
do you want to
Grin and
continue
bear it.
interacting with them? Do you want to have a relationship with them?
That's right.
That goes beyond just bedroom fun.
Okay.
So of course, women, when we think of rating people, we think of things on a more feelings and emotion and relationship level. Guys tend to just focus on the SMV side of things, so it's going to seem more shallow. But
Isn't it more fun if you have an emotional connection with that person, though?
Absolutely.
Isn't sex way better?
No,
of
it doesn't
the people
matter.
that you're
Doesn't
with?
matter.
Men and women are different.
Yeah, it
When
doesn't
it
matter.
comes to that, I agree with that.
Yeah, like if I'm having sex with a woman, I'm not thinking to myself, oh my god, our emotional connection is so. No.
Well, we ain't thinking
Oh my
that
No,
shit
you're
either.
not thinking that, but like having that trust in that person, or have it like
Nah, it doesn't
you
matter.
know them, you trust them, you know that they actually care about you. Doesn't that make it,
It
better
does not.
for you?
That
It does
is a
not make it
female
better,
thing.
and that is a female characteristic.
That's a
This
female
is-
thing.
Very
This is why.
interesting.
This is why men have
Yes.
one night stands, and we don't think twice about it
Yes.
because we're like, hey, you know what? I couldn't stand the chick, but hey, you know what? She gave great head, so
Correct.
more power to you.
All right, for our kids under 18 watching, we apologize on
yes.
behalf of Donovan. We don't think we have so much.
Yes.
But
Sorry.
I wonder how many green dollar signs I've taken away from people by being on their podcasts. Not as many as Sterling Cooper. I would imagine.
by the way,
Probably not.
let's get
Fellatio.
into relationships right now. By the way,
Oh, here
we're
we
gonna
go.
be answering your questions throughout the podcast, Sawscast. By the way, if you have not subscribed to Valuetainment Money, give that little subscribe, give us a like button. If you like what they got to say, show some love to the people. We are trying to get to 100,000 subscribers in the next 2
200,000.
months.
200,000.
Okay, I think we're at almost 70. Let's get there. Valuetainment,
yeah,
I think,
come on,
has
man.
Valuetainment, I think, has 3.5 million. Valuetainment short clips, I think we're approaching 300,000. Peabody podcast, I believe we're about to hit 250,000. And VT Money, we're trying to get to 100,000. We appreciate you. So go ahead and subscribe,
I just
to our
subscribed.
channels. We love it.
Say what?
I just subscribed.
You just what?
To the channel, to his channel. The subscribe.
You're gonna subscribe to this. So you just admitted this dude was good looking and he has all this game, and you're gonna subscribe to his channel right in front of me?
He had you on his podcast. I'm unsubscribing. God dang
boy.
it. It's
All
not
right.
worth it.
So if Devin and I ever break up, we know who's going to be on our radar. St. Jim with the $2 super chat says Dev was wrong and she admitted it. Great woman. Cigar Man 85 says the only trust I put in women during sex is I trust her not to use teeth. Kyle 2020 says Kelly is your typical young, politically correct, clueless white girl. You know what, man? And I say this with all due respect. I agree, man. I think she just needs to grow up a little bit.
Yeah.
I think she just needs to live life. And I think that her opinion on camera is probably very different from her opinion off camera. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that.
By the way, at the end of the episode and throughout the episode, Kelly is going to be reading super chats. You're on that now. Let's get into some relationships.
Let's do it.
Look, dating is not easy these days. Some might say that it's the hardest it's ever been.
Yes.
With the sexual marketplace being globalized with the help of our friends at Instagram and dating apps galore. So Donovan, listen, lots of hurdles, lots of distractions. So let's talk about how couples can have a successful relationship today.
Here we go.
You are very big on the T word, trust.
Yes.
Okay, you're very big on that. You talk about building and maintaining trust and why it's necessary for women.
I gotta work on that resting bitch face.
A resting bitch face keeps you it keeps you from looking old.
Proactively earn the trust of her man. All right. So explain that, and what does Devin do to earn her man? All right. So,
boy, you're just shooting him all kinds of IOIs here. Look at this. Look at this. Watch.
I have to look at the host.
Look. Watch. Watch the smile. Watch.
The trust of her man.
Yes, I'm
All right?
responding to what he said. I earn your trust.
Oh, okay.
I'm paying attention to what he's saying. I'm not trying to have sex with him.
This is great. This is awesome.
So explain
This is great.
that, and what is Devin?
Hey, I call them all out, goddammit.
Devin do to earn your trust, and vice versa.
Wait, what'd you say?
You're killing me.
Oh wow. So women assume, and the most detrimental phrase in the English language is Here we go. Trust someone until they give me reason not to. Now, that was apropos maybe back in the 1750s when people appeared to be a little bit more morally calibrated. But these days, with the invention of the smartphone, women can summon sausage to their exact location literally in seconds. And to that end, if a woman really wants to earn the trust of a man that she is interested in, she has to be proactive. A lot of women assume that men automatically trust them. Every woman has been in a situationship with a guy they really like. They can see a future with him. They're envisioning their kids and their life. And this is the part where you really, really shined. And the white picket fence and all that good stuff. 6 or 7 months goes by, and he's not jumping the hurdle. For what? He keeps me around and he has sex with me and he takes me here and there, but every time I bring up the idea of a relationship, he keeps putting this off. The reason why, ladies, is because he does not trust you. Most men are not going to tell most women, I don't trust you. That's why I'm not taking you seriously. Now, a lot of people might say, well, what do women do? What kinds of things do women do that are untrustworthy? Women put themselves in positions that put their relationship at risk. They travel alone. They go to bars or clubs. They're on Instagram. They're consistently advertising themselves to the globalized sexual marketplace. This is why relationships are circling the drain, because men are not capable of protecting women from themselves.
Woo! So what did Devin do? Or Devin, you might answer this.
Oh my God.
What did she do to earn your trust?
Get ready.
And by the way, I want to know what you did to earn her trust. And then we'll come to you, Janita.
Well, Donovan is unlike anyone I've ever met before.
Oh, shucks.
He knows all of the schemes that women pull.
Oh, wow, look at that. You're actually looking at me like you're turned on by your boy.
Oh, my God.
I love it. JBlaze11, $2 says, Donovan is eyeing Adam like women look at Myron on Fresh and Fit. Guys, look. And
he's not my friend anymore, Jay. Not my friend.
Who's not your friend? Oh, JBlaze11, he's not your friend anymore?
No.
Look, This is all in jest, guys, but I want to make this clear again. It's I don't care. You have to understand, and a lot of guys like to say, "Oh, Donovan is insecure and he's blah 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 blah." Look, man. Part of the masculine burden of performance is understanding that your woman is human. She has eyes. She is going to be attracted to men other than you, just like we're attracted to men other than her. It is what it is. I'm sitting here having fun with it just to kind of show you guys that even though I can recognize some of these things, that it's not going to cause any sort of drama or any rift. We can all sit here and laugh about it. But at the end of the day, Dev is in my bed. She sucks my dick. She cooks my food. She does all of these things for me. So while she may notice other men, and that is perfectly natural, in the end, I know, at least for the time being, she is going to be loyal to me. Until, of course, she isn't.
He's been there, done that, dated them, been the other guy, gotten the leftovers from girls coming off of dates, and like he's seen how scheming women can be.
Are you saying that women are not sugar and spice and everything nice, and that they scheme as much as men?
They probably more.
Probably more.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
And today's women will be dating 5, 6, 7.
Uh-oh.
They'll have their feelers out here, or at least talking to.
And talking means what, Dev?
Fucking.
Oh, you weren't language. Jesus Christ!
You took me off by surprise.
God! You said fucking. Jesus Christ!
That's womanese, right? Am I right?
Oh my God! Okay, well, Devin Sharp, ladies and gentlemen.
There's podcasts like the Call Her Daddy one that encourage women to be like men.
Exactly.
And play the field, have some sugar daddy type stuff going on, have multiple men, that is now encouraged.
But all of a sudden, they find one of the guys that they're seeing, they actually start to like this person. They want to.
That's kind of the goal.
Consolidate.
Out
they
there,
want to
right?
consolidate on this guy, and the guy won't take you seriously because he knows that you got 8 other things going on. You're advertising yourself on social media. You act like a single person. You don't show that you have any proactive interest in maintaining a relationship or even nurturing one. So what I tried to do was there were times where we weren't together, and I knew how he's thinking because we openly communicate. I said he doesn't know what I'm up to. When I could say I'm doing anything.
Uh-oh, here we go.
So one of the things that
Get ready, Janita.
One of the things that I did. One of the things I did was I got
Here we go.
a home security system. I got when door alerts come on. At the time I was in an apartment, so it was only mainly one door, and I put a camera in my house. So you can see.
Real quick, OG Nando on the YouTube site says, honestly, it was a good show. Dev looks more comfortable in front of the camera. I think you are. I think if you're not, you're certainly doing a very good job of it. And there was some family stuff going on with your folks down in Florida, which was really
Florida.
Yeah, it was weighing heavily on her mind.
Yeah, my aunt's memorial is the following day.
Yeah, and it was tough.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
It was a whole lot of stuff going on, and so. It was for you to be able to compartmentalize and put that aside and deliver the performance that you did here. That was impressive to me, and I told you as much in the car on the way back to your folks' house. In the 100, huh?
Before we ate the halibut.
Before we ate the halibut. Not only that, the car when we got in, it was about 187 degrees, something like that. When we got in.
Yeah, we had the best rental car.
Oh
ever.
my God, we rented a 2019 Mitsubishi roller skate.
Yeah,
actually.
I think it was a sneaker.
374 miles to the gallon, if I'm not mistaken.
It was laughably small.
Dude, and I told Dev, I told Dev, I said, look, man, you can't be driving all crazy because if we get it into an accident and in this boiled egg, we're done. It's over.
Dude, I couldn't drive crazy in that car because it had 25 horsepower.
You tried.
Dude, I was just impressed it had automatic windows and air conditioning.
Oh my God, it was. But I loved it. It was a cute little car.
It had 13-inch wheels.
Yeah, it was absolutely wonderful. We put $1.65 in the gas tank before we turned it back in to fill up the gas tank, so that was good. 150
man.
for what, 3 days? So that was absolutely that was wonderful. Yeah, it really was. Shout out to Independent Puppy. Welcome to Chat Privileges. Well, shout out to Real Talk on the YouTube. Welcome to Chat Privileges. At Independent Puppy and Real Talk to welcome them to the TSR family. Independent Puppy and Real Talk. If you would, put your age and location in the chat. In the meantime, let's go ahead and do an age and location check in the chat. Street Fighter 88 wants to know, how did I fit? Well, I had to get in it like a NASCAR, like a stock car, basically. I had to get in through the window because it was almost like Jason Bateman in that Ionic commercial where he's
It's a good thing we only brought carry-ons.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ! Yeah. Listen, we packed light, we traveled light, but I thought it was a good trip. I thought it was a good, productive trip. It certainly did not come without its obstacles. Boy, oh boy, holy smokes! Off the cuff, so Dev, we think that the rental car place stole Dev's license.
They did. They took it. They didn't give it back.
Yeah. So they took Devin's license, and so
they told me to go on the website and
look for lost and found.
Like, how's that going to help me fly home?
Yeah, well, and we think that you were probably a victim of. You might be a victim of. I don't want to say identity theft, but somebody might try to use your card, and of course we've notified the state and all that good stuff. But
man, I'm 45 years old. Good luck using my face as a fake.
I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I mean, dude, there are Cubans, Haitians running all sorts of scams down there. It would not surprise me because, dude, you're a white woman. You're in Miami. You're in. But they don't know that they're originally from Florida. I think they like to do it out of state. But Devin freaked out, and it took us an extra minute and a half to get through TSA. Yeah. And Devin, listen, you were rightfully rattled, but I said, Dev, look, we have all the peripheral ID. We had a picture of your license.
Yeah, I did. We did have a picture.
We had a picture.
Of my ID.
Yeah, we had a picture of her. We had a picture of her ID, and I said, you're a white American woman. It's not like you're from Kazakhstan or anything like that, but they didn't even look into the computer. They said, okay, yeah, show me your car insurance, health insurance. Okay, you're good. What a relief that was, huh?
Yeah.
I was 100% certain we'd get through.
Like the whole living area. You could see the front door. You could see who's coming and going. And I gave him access to it.
Uh-oh.
Straight up.
Yeah. So, like, whenever my front door opened, he could get an alert on
So Janita is now having a conniption.
his phone.
What percentage of women would do that?
Oh my God.
I don't know, but
-2.
But it was my idea.
Got it.
It was my idea.
Now,
Like,
why'd you want to do that?
because I wanted him to show him that he can believe what I'm saying.
Uh-oh.
Now, would you demand that of him?
No.
You would not.
No.
So there's going to be women out there that'll be like, what is wrong with this woman? Are you crazy? Like, why would you demand that of yourself, self-inflicted, but you would not demand that of this gentleman right here?
Well, it was my idea. If he said if it was his idea, I'm not going to make demands on a person in order to gain their commitment.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say, okay, well, I want you to commit to me, so you better do this.
You just put them on yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
I would like to prove to him that, yes, I.
Now, this is interesting. You had to prove your trust. You had to prove that you could be trustworthy to me. And I think maybe we discussed this, but talk to the audience about why. Because women have to proactively build trust. Mm-hmm. Men, we have to indirectly build, and it's a different type of trust.
Right.
But why did you decide to go to that extent, but not make me do the same thing?
I wasn't in a position to demand you do that.
And why is that?
I don't know.
Because there are more of you than there are of me. That's really what it comes down. No, that's fine. I have expected you not to know that, but you knew that. You knew that, and this is what we call leverage. Kevin Samuels actually talked about this on a podcast that we did a long time ago. It's like, dude, you have leverage over Devin, and it's not really about leverage, I suppose.
No, for me it was accountability.
Okay.
If I said, okay, this is what I'm doing, and you don't believe me, and then I can prove it, And it also says, hey, okay, if I'm doing something out of bounds and you call me on it, I'm still going to be accountable for that, whether I'm doing what's good or what's wrong. So if you can build, like, people don't believe what you say, they believe what you do.
That's right.
So for me, it was just a way to back it up. And that was just like one step in a very long process that we had of vetting each other and learning to communicate effectively with each other and learning how to trust each other.
There you go. There you go. And the reason you trusted me, and I talk about this on the show, so let's continue.
I'm trustworthy. I'm doing what I'm saying.
Dude, look
I
at
put a
Janita.
keylogger on my phone.
Oh, look at her.
Send him daily reports of
Look at her.
keystrokes.
Look at her.
So,
Look at her. She's losing her mind.
Yeah.
Do you have
I have monitoring software on.
Do you have
actually,
close
all
girlfriends?
Of mine. Yes.
You do have close girlfriends? What do your closest girlfriends say about that?
It's none of their damn business.
Atta girl, that's right.
Hold on.
That's right.
You have close girlfriends that are like, if they might be watching this.
Actually,
I'm talking close girlfriends. They'll be
Yeah,
like,
I mean they
Devin.
know. They know, but if you have nothing to hide, what's the point?
There you go. And Janita was noticeably silent when you said that. Listen, love Janita to death, but she embodies the typical mindset of modern women. Oh my God, it is absolutely asinine and foreign to go to this extent to prove that you are trustworthy to a man, to prove that you are not out, smashing a bunch of dudes.
Well, a lot of women wouldn't inconvenience themselves for a man. It's like they're the prize, remember?
Yep. Until, of course, they're not, because the analogy that I used was if Leonardo DiCaprio or Chris Hemsworth or Chris Evans were dating a girl casually and said, hey, look, if you want to be with me, I need to monitor your phone, I need to monitor your house, blah, 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 blah. 11 out of 10 women would say, oh, absolutely.
Oh, yes, let me sign this NDA while I'm at it.
Absolutely. And the reason why, well, of course they would. It's Chris Hemsworth, it's Chris Evans, and it's Leonardo DiCaprio. That's exactly the point. Their value, a man's value and a woman's desire to attain that man of value determines what she will or will not do. I said it on the show here. Women make exceptions for exceptional men. That's just all there is to it. Am I an exceptional man? That's not for me to decide. I strive to be an exceptional man, but based on the way you treat me, I'm exceptional enough for you. And so that's why you did what you did.
Like, if I was up to no good, then I would want to cover my tracks as well as I possibly could. Of
course.
And so I would give myself as many escapes out of potentially getting caught. And if I'm not doing up to anything, I'm not up to no good, and I'm being completely honest and transparent, and I know with his history that there is no reason to trust women unless they give you a reason to. So I was like, okay, I'm willing to say, oh, here, I'm an open book.
All right, let me read through the tea leaves right here.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Is it fair to say that when you got, how long you guys been together?
Oh, God, 5 years?
Okay. And
officially 5.
Yeah.
How soon into meeting Donovan where you're like, okay, I want to make him my man? How soon?
This was tough.
From we first started talking, probably like 3 or 4 months.
Okay, so would you say that at that point, 3 months in, you're like, dude, I want this guy, and I know what he stands for, so I'm going to do something that I typically wouldn't do, I assume, to earn his trust. I'm going to go out of my way to do things
it wasn't like all
that
decided
most women wouldn't
overnight.
do or you typically wouldn't do.
Did you hear what you said? Go ahead.
It wasn't like all decided overnight. Oh, I'm going to do this. It was a progression of things. And, I guess I should have started out with like a smaller example, like not blocking your phone when you're around your significant other.
No, I like no. I like that you led with the big stuff. This is what podcasting is all about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. People will okay, you don't take your phone to the bathroom. Okay, no big deal, but blah 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 blah. But when you talk about the stuff that you talk about, that's what gets these reactions. That's what gets us eyeballs because it is about the extreme stuff. Extreme times call for extreme measures, and you were very fortunate that you were proactive enough to recognize, okay, this dude knows the game.
We didn't tell him about my dash cam, did we?
Oh, we did not. Oh, my God. Yeah, dude, like I know exactly. And, dude, I almost never check this stuff. Almost never, ever, ever check this stuff. But the fact that I could keeps her accountable. Now, a lot of people would say, well, and the reason why this works is because if Devin ever wants out, she could branch swing if she wanted to. She could. It would be very, very difficult, number one. Number two, you have to make protecting a woman from herself and her being proactive builds your trust. What this does is this makes branch swinging more difficult than just being straight up. Branch swinging is a lot easier than just being straight up. That's just all there is to it. But by the same token, we know that women are always going to do what's easier. So if you allow cheating to be easier than actually just coming to you face to face, women are going to do it. And this is why most women cheat their way out of relationships. But if you set your parameters, your guidelines, along with her being proactive, it forces her to be accountable. So if ever Devin ever decides she wants to go, she's gonna have to have the difficult conversation with me. Hey, Donovan, look, man, just not feeling it anymore. At that point, I'd be like, all right, cool. It is what it is. I'll break you off, make sure you're good financially, whatever. Now, if I find out that she's cheating or whatever the case may be, all right, bye, bitch, you're on your own. But the point is, guys, is that if cheating is easier than being straight up with you, and 99.9% of relationships are like this, then a woman is going to cheat her way out of the relationship. Your thoughts?
People learn ethics in business and work and things like that, but they rarely apply ethics to relationships.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Well,
because I know that's what he wants. Is that how you interpreted this?
Yes, but I don't live my life based on what other people do or would think or things like that. I assess a situation, I make a decision on my own.
Well, you wanted to earn his trust.
Exactly.
So you said these are the types of things that I can do because I want to lock this man down.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Say, okay, here's proof I'm not talking to other people. Like if you have like hover watch on my computer or on my phone or whatever that, you can see I'm not on dating apps. I'm not like WhatsApping people or whatever the heck people do now. So
sound old.
It's really important that men can understand that.
Would you say Snapchatting?
Snapchatting.
Yeah. I've never had a Snapchat account.
And can be trusted because most women aren't willing to prove that they are trustworthy.
That's right.
Janita.
Most women don't think that they
Here we
need
go.
to prove it.
Janita, I know that
I'm one of them
you
motherfuckers.
also, you put a camera at your door. I know you've done that.
I have cameras all
I
over
know
my
that
house.
you have keystrokes. You have keystrokes on your phone.
Hell no.
So anyway, so this is something that you would not do for a man.
I do it for my security.
Okay, I'm talking about.
I do have cameras
for
all
a man.
over my home. For a man, hell no.
Why?
Okay. Now, this doesn't make her a bad person at all. If just because she's not willing, and I actually said this a little bit later on. The reason why most women say, well, I would never do XYZ for a man is because they're thinking of a disembodied man, right? They're thinking of just the average rank and file man. But women make exceptions for exceptional men. Go ahead.
It's true. She can't imagine a man valuable enough for her to want to do something like this. It's like, it's almost like she values herself so much higher than anyone she could potentially be with, that what's more important to her? Her sovereignty?
Ooh, wow.
Or proving her fidelity?
Wow. And women who value their sovereignty over proving their fidelity, they end up alone. Wow, that is a gem. JBlaze11 with the $5 super chat. Uh-oh, let's see if he is back in Devin's good graces. Says Devin showing why she's a high value partner here. She scores a 10 in RMV. Any lady can take these gems. She's speaking and increasing her value.
All right.
Is he back? Is he out of the dog? All right, so JBlaze11 is he's out of the doghouse. Good stuff.
What the why? Why would you do something like that?
Why would you do something like that? Answer her question, Devin. Why would you do something like that? Why would you put a keylogger on your phone? And I know we just explained it, but I want you to answer that question directly.
Why do parents put why do parental controls exist?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because you give somebody an inch, they're going to take a mile,
That's
especially if they're not accountable for that mile. So, why do kids try to rewind the odometer when their parents are out of town because they're not supposed to drive the car? It's easy to say, why would I do this? It's easy for me to say, why not? Why wouldn't I do this?
Right.
Like, it doesn't cost me anything.
Right.
It's no skin off my back. If it makes you feel better, cool. So for me, it's more like, it's not a loss of sovereignty. It's just me being selfless and understanding to say, hey, this is what's going to help us, have a more solid relationship, help you sleep at night. At the same time, I ain't got nothing to hide.
Right.
So, if this is going to continue to help us build, then why wouldn't I do it?
You know, it's interesting. Most modern women these days, they're disingenuously pretending we live back in the 50s. And here's what I mean by that. They're pretending that, well, why should I have to prove blah, 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 blah. What they're really saying is that, well, why should I have to prove my fidelity? Why should I have to prove that I'm doing what I'm doing? Back in the 50s, that's a good question. Because back in the 50s, it was very, very difficult to get away with cheating or having extramarital affairs and things of that nature. But now, literally everything, dude, everything from the smartphone to the messaging to social media to everything around us encourages women to engage in behaviors that put their relationship at risk. And the access to put their relationship at risk is always there. And it's there 24/7 in the form of a smartphone. And so we have to deal with women in 2022 the way the environment is in 2022, not back in the 1950s. You see, women want men to treat them like they're back in the 1950s with this automatic trust. But then they want the 2022 man, the 2022 high value man. I'm here to tell you, man, and listen, shout out to Janita's man. Maybe she doesn't feel the need to do these things. And if they have a great relationship, great. I'm glad that they were able to do that without it. If that's the case, then they are the gross exception to the rule, because most relationships fail when there is not, most relationships fail when there's no accountability on either side. So, and this doesn't mean Janita's a bad person. It's just that somebody just said it in the chat. It's because she's never had a man of value as a role model. You actually called me a role model on the podcast. Do you think that is a factor?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
To earn his trust.
Well, I'll tell you this: the reason why she wouldn't do this.
I do not feel like
merch.
I need to go that far. Do I feel like everybody? I ain't talking about no man or whatever, but people in general, when you meet them and you want to strike up some kind of meaningful relationship with them, regardless of what it is, you have to earn trust from them. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Am I gonna go and
we're not talking about
just
anybody. We're talking about someone you want to have a committed relationship
She's
with.
taking a micro argument and making it a macro argument.
Yeah.
She's like, well, the average rank and file woman should never do these things for the average rank and file man. She would be right, but we're not talking about the average man. Continue.
Yeah, like I don't care if my dog sitter trusts me or you know what I'm saying. Like, if she trusts me to pay her, that's about it.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah, so it's just strange that this is a weird way to approach this argument.
Well, I don't think it's strange at all. I just think it's women not understanding that proactively building trust is required for men of value or exceptional men. Am I a man of value? Again, I'm going to let the market decide that. That's just, I'm not going to call myself a man of value. I strive to be a man of value. I strive to be an exceptional man. Whether or not I succeed, is determined by the marketplace.
Extra shit and oh, can you see me? Hey, I'm right here. Ain't nobody coming in the door. Here, my tracking device. Put some shit in my car. No.
See what she just did there. What she just did there was she bastardized. She bastardized the process. You never said, "Hey, this is me. Here I am." Blah blah. No, it was never ever like that. Hey, nobody's coming through.
No, it was if there's a question. There's an answer.
There you go.
A verifiable answer.
That's right.
It's not like you needed to know exactly what I'm doing 24 hours a day. I mean, but if you had a question, something didn't add up, you can go look.
Yep, that's right. And again, this quote unquote defensiveness that she's showing here, this is the typical mindset of the modern woman being afraid of transparency. I remember I saw a meme probably 10 years ago that said, if a man and a woman in a relationship were to switch phones, would they be together anymore? And the answer is probably no, because women are always entertaining multiple sausages.
You're not going to do that.
That is, for me, is complete insanity. If you need that in order to understand that I'm a trustworthy person, then this ain't going to work.
Then you got issues.
Yeah, right.
We all got issues. Pick your poison.
Well, again, listen, I don't blame. Listen, I'm not gonna chastise her for this, but
no, but there might be some stuff that she will put up with that I would be like, hell no.
Well, I don't know that there's much that. I mean, maybe some peripheral stuff, but what this comes down to, and you said it, you said it best. She hasn't met the person she's willing to do this for. If a woman finds a man that is worth doing what you did, she's going to do it. That's just all there is to it.
Because I don't think you're personally attacking Devin.
No,
you're attacking the concept.
Yes, it
I'm
has
cool with
nothing to
that.
do
Me at all.
with her as a
Okay,
person.
but let me
like-
ask you. Let me
Right.
flip it on you. It seems like they've got a great relationship.
Okay.
If that's what it takes to have
She
it.
said, okay. This is funny. Watch. She shakes her head because I think she disagrees. But watch.
It seems like they've got a great relationship.
Okay.
If that's what it takes to have a great relationship, would you do things that you typically were not accustomed to do in order to maintain a man and have a great relationship?
I think that
like, what's the flexibility is what I'm asking.
Especially women in general, every woman finds herself doing things or making exceptions or going the extra mile in some ways for somebody that they truly care about or love or want a solid relationship.
Go ahead.
Where's the ding? There you go.
Right. She's making our argument for us.
Yeah.
Is she not?
Yeah.
There you go.
Shit with, like, I understand that. So would I. I'm not different from any other woman. I'm just saying this extreme, that's gonna be a no for me.
Okay, that's fine. Fair enough.
That's going to be a no for me just because that's just not what I'm going to do. That's just how it is. And look, I'm not hating on her for that. That's just how it is. She was honest. Hey, that's a no for me. Gentlemen, if you come across a woman, and again, you can't be, I gotta make this clear. You can't just be some ain't shit dude living in your mom's basement. Because I think I say it later on in the podcast. Women aren't going to do what Devin does for me for just any man. It's just not going to work that way. You have to be a man worth doing these things for. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. It reminds me, like, when we first started talking and you found out that I didn't even have my ears pierced. Right?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
And you were like, go get your ears pierced. And I did. I think, like, a lot of women would have been like, they wouldn't do it just because you
Just because
told
I
me
asked them to.
Right.
Yeah, I asked you
right.
to,
And
yeah.
I was like, all right, yeah, what is it? I'm a full-grown woman. Why don't I have my ears pierced at that point? So, yeah, like, so you start out by making these small exceptions or doing things that you normally wouldn't do unless it was suggested or it was an idea or you thought it would make the other person happy, and you go down that road. Now, you know, and I think I said this before, like, you know, you don't start doing weird things for sadistic people who have no moral compass.
Well, not,
you know?
okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, yeah, like there's a difference between, you know, meeting someone's requirements and acquiescing and trying to find ways to make them feel more comfortable or you know, to help develop more trust and things like that. And then there's, you know, doing things that are completely out of character and not sustainable, and you know that you can't.
I understand.
You can't fake certain things
You're
for
right.
the long term. so.
Absolutely. So I'm going to take a pee break. Devin
No,
is going.
please.
Yes. Devin is going to continue the breakdown. I'll be right
Okay.
back. Press
All
the space bar to start the.
Please hurry.
Go ahead.
Donovan.
Women make exceptions for exceptional men. Devin would not do this for just anybody. Women, and it's interesting. I wouldn't expect, and it's the things that I do for Devin. If someone were to ask me if I were single, Donovan, would you do X, Y, Z? List the things you do for Devin. In my mind, I'm like, well, hell no.
Right.
Well, that's because I'm thinking of a disembodied woman that I haven't met or grown to like or love yet. Janita can't imagine a man that she would ever do that for.
Excuse me, Janita ain't single. Janita got a very, 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 very good ass man that I definitely bend over backwards for. But at the same time,
It's interesting because she doesn't mention one thing that she does for this person and how she bends over backwards for them.
You know what? That is perfectly fine, and I didn't need that from her. She felt that she did that. If your man doesn't need that from you, that's perfectly fine. It's not for everybody.
What did you?
Hi.
Are you just watching it?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
just gonna. Do you think you could do this?
No.
Do you think you could do a podcast all by
Hell
yourself?
no.
I think you could. If you put your mind to it, I
No,
think you could probably.
no desire.
Have to do to earn her trust?
Well, why don't you ask her? Here we go. Trust for a woman is different from trust for a man. A woman has to trust a man's judgment. She has to trust his discipline. She has to trust his direction. She didn't just meet, and remember, it took her 3 months to decide, okay, I want this guy. It wasn't based on any quick, fast, or in a hurry thing. No. She saw, this is now I'm now running my third successful business. When I met her, I had 7 rental properties in the Las Vegas metropolitan area. My track record speaks for itself. I had a mattress chain out in Raleigh, North Carolina a couple years back. I've been financially.
I actually misspoke. That was over a decade ago, but it is what it is.
Successful many times over. Also, I have a no bullshit attitude. I'm a very direct person. I'm reasonable, I'm rational, and I'm a little fiery. I'm a high octane guy. But you have to understand, and a lot of guys watching this, yeah, I want a woman to do that for me. Well, pump the brakes there, Speedy Gonzalez. You have to be worth doing that for. Like I said, a woman will make exceptions for exceptional men. Now, it might not be the exception to this degree, but I'll tell you something. A lot of women watching this would probably say, well, I wouldn't do blah, 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 blah. Okay, if you were dating a guy like, I don't know, Chris Hemsworth
Here we go.
or Leonardo DiCaprio, and unlike Devin, he actually told you, okay, if you're going to...
Yep.
So... in this sexual marketplace, even for women, it's very competitive to attain someone who is you consider high value, right?
Right.
So even if you have an inkling like this person is intriguing, I want to get to know this person better. I really like this guy. You know, I know he has a ton of options. I know I am not the best looking woman in the world, not the youngest thing, you know. So what can I do to separate myself from other women?
There you go.
And I think that is the key of more than just saying I'm doing this to build trust, but I'm also saying, okay, what can I do to differentiate myself from just the average rank and file girl who thinks that she's the prize?
Right.
And you know, this is before I knew all this lingo and language and stuff like that. Sure. But for me, it was almost subconscious that I was like, okay, you know, from everything from sending you home baked goods. Or,
those were wonderful.
Or, you know, just doing like little things, like even, you know, first time I found out what your favorite meal was, you couldn't come over and eat it, but I made it anyway just to show you that I knew how to make it. You know, like those little things that show like, okay, I'm a person worth investing in because I'm willing to take that first step and invest in you.
What you said was extremely valuable in that. And Kevin, and listen, Kevin's last message before he passed away, God rest his soul, if you're over 35, it's already over. And people took offense to that. But Kevin did that from a masculine point of view. And women are not capable of saying, well, you know what? I'm going to prove him wrong. No, they said, no, you're wrong, Kevin, and you're just wrong because you're wrong. What you said is probably some of the most important advice women will ever hear in their lives. And that is, you need to differentiate yourself from all of his other options. Right. This is why it is shocking to me that these fresh and fit girls, I mean, and again, I'm not trying to bag on Janita here, but a woman's lack of willingness to differentiate herself from other women in a man's rotation, it just blows me away. Like they want the high value man, but they don't want to have to do what it takes to get the high value man.
Well, they don't feel like they need to compete beyond the surface level.
So they maybe not, but
I'll invest this much in my looks, take it or leave it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to invest in my personality. I'm not going to invest in the time that I put
your
in
agency.
And adding value to someone's life. They think that just their presence is value alone. Which is fine. I mean, if I was hot, maybe I'd think that way too.
Dude,
but I gotta be useful, man. I ain't got the looks on myself.
Hey, and this is what I tell people. If you were an 8, a 9, or a 10, we probably would not be in a relationship. We probably would have lasted for 6, maybe 8 months, and then I would have moved on to the next girl because, and again, it is extremely rare, if not impossible, to find an attractive woman who actually has agency. And a lot of people like to bag on your looks and your lack of looks and your age. Listen, man, I've had women that are half Devin's age that are half as useful. Probably not even that. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Due respect to you, you're attractive. You're attractive enough to pass the boner test of a lot of men.
On this,
it is what it is. But you got to sacrifice looks. You have to sacrifice sexual market value for relationship market value, gentlemen.
The average, dude, I don't even know what the percentages are, but it's got to be well over 99% of women who have high sexual market value have very low relationship market value. Hot girls are useless because they've never really had to be useful. Again, that doesn't make them bad people. The world doesn't require much from attractive people. I'm a little bit different. This is why the attractive girlfriends that I've had didn't really stick around that long, because I was very, very demanding. And so subconsciously I knew, okay, if I'm going to be in a long-term relationship with someone, probably not going to be the most attractive woman I have ever been with. This doesn't mean that Devin is unattractive, but your lack of sexual market value almost forced you to increase your relationship market value. Dude, you're sending me food, you're making me meals, key loggers and cameras. Dude, no other woman, well, there was one other woman who tried to and sort of faked it. No other woman has ever done that for me, and this is why I've never done as much for you as I have for any other woman.
I think that just also goes to the personality type. I mean, when there's an issue, you know, I naturally wanted to fix it, because if there was something going on my end, I'm like, what can I do to make this better?
Right.
So it's, you know, it's kind of like a lot of preemptive problem solving that happens. Is saying, okay, this is important to this person.
Yeah.
And so what can I do to assuage them?
Yes.
And, you know, that takes a level of selflessness.
Yep.
And like I said, investment. And a lot of women nobody wants to invest in each other anymore. They just expect it's magically going to happen and that the sparks are going to fly and they'll be in a happily ever after relationship. And it just ain't like that.
Our relationship is great. But we're not, dude, good relationships, I don't want to say they're boring, because our relationship is anything but boring, but it's not really exciting either. And I've said this before, a lot of times women mistake stability for boredom, right?
Oh,
and that, dude, it is so dangerous. And what makes you and I work so well is that you and I, dude, we are like hand in glove in terms of creating an environment that not only creates and cultivates accountability, but just like you said, if there's an answer, if there's a question, there's already an automatic answer. I literally, dude, for the past year and some change, I literally never have to question anything. I don't have to question where you are, what you're doing, who you're with, etc., etc. I mean, dude.
Yeah, because like we even tell her about like how I check in when.
Oh
I get
my God,
places
no
and,
way,
yeah,
no way.
I mean, you know, I'll check in on an app and.
Well, hold on, don't give too much away, because a lot of this is going to be in the new Power Couple Blueprint.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so I guess to sort of wrap this section up, and I guess we're going to go ahead and wrap things up here. When it comes down to it, if a woman thinks you're worth it, she'll do what she needs to do. But a lot of women who think a guy is worth it have no idea what to do to show him or differentiate herself from other girls.
Honestly,
they're like, dude, what do I have to do?
I didn't until you told me.
Yeah.
To be honest.
All right.
So,
Yep.
and I think that most women don't have a clue, and so they're kind of like sleepwalking through their interactions with men, going, oh, well, it's the same result. And you if you're going to be inflexible, you're going to you're going to end up with the same thing at the end of the day. So.
Okay, very, very good. I think we can go ahead and halt the breakdown.
Oh, thank God.
Should we preview? Should we give the people?
Be with me.
Oh,
I need
wait a
to
minute.
do.
There we are. So I have completed. I don't think you've seen the new skit yet, actually.
Oh, I thought we were doing it on Patreon first.
Say what now?
I thought we were dropping on Patreon first.
We will, but you know, they've stuck around, so I'll go ahead and.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it is what it is, man. I mean, listen,
I reserve the right to change my mind at any time.
That's right, man. I'm gonna act like a woman in that way. Look, man, we've got 335 people watching. They've lasted till the end, so I am going to hang on a second. Here it is. Hold on.
I hate these.
You hate these? Why do you hate these?
Because they're so cheesy.
They're cheesy, but they're effective. So let me. I know you guys can hear the whatchamacallit. Oh, actually, let's just go to the breakdown. Hang on a second. All right, so without further ado, here is the latest skit. Here we go.
Oh no.
What is it?
My ex just texted me.
About what?
He has COVID.
Damn, that that sucks.
Yeah, it really does. He's such a great guy.
Really?
Yeah, he was so good to me.
Wait, what?
Do you have a problem with me complimenting my ex?
You told me he put hands on you.
Huh?
You told me he was an alcoholic and did drugs and put hands on you. Okay, do you remember our very first date? You told me that you guys broke up because you fell out of love with him.
I fell out of love with him. Right, I remember that.
But about a week ago, you said that he was addicted to drugs and alcohol and put hands on you.
He was an abusive, cheating, alcoholic, drug addict. No, that was someone different.
No, it wasn't. You said it was Chris.
That was
Walter.
So you have two exes named Chris. One was the devil and one was an angel.
Yeah.
Okay, so I understand why you would leave the bad Chris, but if good Chris was such a great guy, why did you fall out of love with him?
He wasn't attentive to my needs.
You just said he was good to you.
That was good Chris.
The one you fell out of love with?
No, that was the bad Chris.
So why aren't you with good Chris?
If you let a woman talk long enough,
She will eventually tell on herself.
this is why you always pay attention.
And do not sleepwalk through your interactions with women from the very beginning.
All right. So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the latest skit here?
I've been there, done that.
Been there? Oh, you've been there, done that?
Been
Yep.
there, done that.
Mhm.
Oops. Foot and mouth.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is why I don't.
Mhm.
This is, ladies, take this advice. Don't talk about other men around the man that you care about.
Dude,
Just don't
do it. Especially not a dude like me, because because let the people know what kind of memory your boy has.
Oh boy, yeah. He can tell you who won every single Super Bowl for the past 57 years.
Since 23 or something like that. But
Yeah.
but that's, people it's easy for people to remember those momentous occasions.
No,
but
well, he doesn't forget anything, and it's super annoying to not be able to get away with anything. There's no such thing as a white lie in this relationship.
no, sir. Hell no.
Yeah, so if you're going to lie, you better be better than he is as far as keeping track of stuff. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Drury Raven says Walter is teleporting
Yeah.
from shot to shot. Yes. Of course, you guys can.
It's like the dogs. yeah,
Yes, right. I remember Chester was with me and with you at the same time during the
Yeah.
conversation. Yeah, that's listen, that's editing. But at any rate, a fantastic show. Your final thoughts on the Saucecast,
Yeah,
man? I thought it was a lot of fun.
I need to improve my face, and I need to stop saying a lot. But
It is what it is. I think you're the only
practice,
person.
I guess. I'm a little bit better here in the studio now than I was when we first started. So.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, it was a good time. I look forward to kind of being a guest on more pods and opening conversations up a little bit. We're making people uncomfortable, and I think it's good just to have the dialogue.
Yes, I agree. This is how good Devin and I both are. Devin said, I'm looking forward to, and I know she wanted to say, I'm looking forward to being back on the Saucecast, but given what's happened the last 2 hours or so, she said, I'm looking forward to making appearances on pods. Guys, no, listen. This is called respect, man. Like, this is why this works, man, because Devin goes out of her way to make sure I know I'm number one. Yeah, I played with her a little bit, I heckled her, and I had some fun, but she takes that seriously. She takes that seriously, even though I'm joking about it. She still makes sure she avoids those landmines. Shout out to you.
Thank you. Don DeMarco.
Donald Fitzgerald DeMarco III. I need to record
I just want to thank everyone for tuning in today.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll be posting the new short on Patreon actually right after the show. Then I'll make the new short public for everybody later on. Thank you guys very, very much for watching, and we will see you guys all next time. Take care.